This is a story about a girl with a loud Scottish accent and an even louder laugh. A girl who showed up in some comedy VR chat videos and made herself right at home. She also passed away last month. This video is my final send-off to her. This is a story about friendship. This is a story about the kind of presence that doesn't disappear when a video ends. This is a story about what she meant to me, and also the mark she left behind on all of you. This is Illy.
I feel like a rotisserie chicken. Before I can't go on. You're worthless, banana!
Heads up, I don't really know how to do this video. I don't know what the right way to grieve looks like when the person I'm grieving was not just a part of my life, but also thousands of yours. Viewers like you who deserve a video like this to celebrate her. But making this while I've been torn up emotionally has been tough. I've even put off filming this because I knew this likely will be the last piece of content I'm going to make about Illy. And that's scary. So if this feels a little weird or unfinished or out of order, that's because that's exactly how it feels to be living through this. This is just me trying to tell Illy's story the best way I know how. So let's begin. I met Illy in a live stream. I was inviting viewers into calls to participate, and Illy just crash landed into my Discord. With a loud Scottish accent and a huge personality, everyone loved her. After the stream, we added each other on VR chat, and pretty quickly we started making content together. She technically started as a fan. She'd show up with my merch built right into her avatar.
I made it myself, walking advertisement. Boom!
Got a lot of D's on it.
A lot of D's. Nuts!
But even then, she didn't feel like a viewer or a fan. She felt like a friend. Even in the very first YouTube video she appeared in, she acted completely at home, like she'd always been there.
So, right, watch closely, right?
She was fully herself right from the start. Her mom would even make appearances.
Hi, Illy's mom. Can you tell me what the best thing about being Scottish is?
Being free, so get out my swamp.
Hi, my name's Rachel. I am Illy's mum. Illy was exactly the same at 24 than she was at the age of 5 or 6. She never changed. She kept her imagination alive because I made her. Wasn't letting her let it go, because even as adults we've got to keep that imagination alive or the brain doesn't function very well.
What are you? An idiot sandwich! What are you? An idiot sandwich!
She never changed who she was just because she was online, and it used to get her into lots and lots of trouble just because she couldn't be quiet. Same in high school. She would always shock people with her knowledge because sometimes she knew a lot more than what the teachers did, and she proved all her teachers wrong, which was just amazing. I'm so proud that she did that. That's all she's ever done. She's just went out and proved those people wrong who said, no, Katie, it's not right, Katie.
But even then, there were signs that something else was going on in her life. There's a clip in our first video with her where Illy jokes about salt coming out of her skin and getting in her eye.
Okay, Mom. Oh my god, I've got salt in my eye. Oh shit.
Honestly, at the time, I just thought it was a language thing, like something people in Scotland say when sweat gets in their eye. But there was more happening behind the scenes. I just didn't know it yet. As we kept making videos, the audience fell in love with her even more. And so did everyone else around her.
I thought she was funny as hell. She was an absolute joy to watch. Lack of a better word, she was an absolute freak. And it was amazing, because she had no limits on humour. She would just say random bullshit at any time.
I will shit on your desk. I feel like a rotisserie chicken.
Anyway, let's go destroy things. Also, I'm pissing on the moon.
Illy's sense of humor was dark. Nothing was off limits. She talked openly about her life, about her dad leaving when she was a kid, and our immediate response was to make a video where we role-played as her long-lost father.
Illy! What are you doing? Why are you killing all these fucking people?
Dad?
Illy, it's me.
Dad.
Come here.
Dad.
Everything's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Illy, I even brought you some milk.
That was Illy, using humor to lighten the load. As we hung out more, she told me about her hobbies: collecting dolls, her dog, animation.
So the stuff that Illy was passionate about, there was obviously the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. She loved that. There was a long while where we did like a bunch of Minecraft stuff.
She really, and I mean really, loved Doctor Who.
Absolutely loved anything to do with art, especially when it came to when she was making her own avatars just there.
Drawing, talking about, and about things like reptiles and watching videos about fish and ponds.
She would get genuinely excited about the weirdest stuff, like losing her mind over me gifting her a taxidermied cockroach sitting on a toilet during a game show recording.
I freaking love that!
Eventually, one by one, she started meeting everyone else in the crew.
We're small.
Oh shit! It's the Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah!
I just wanted to say your presence here makes me feel like so like airy and light inside because you're so happy all the time, and it makes me want to go kill people's grandparents in an F-22 Raptor.
There was not a woman on this earth that loved Freddy Fazbear more than Illy.
I wanted to bring that up first too because like I remember whenever you first started recording with Illy and like I met her and I followed her on Twitter, but then I opened up Twitter and it was like 18 plus fan art with her and Freddy Fazbear.
He probably did wonders for the Freddy Fazbear community. I mean, I would never know. I'm not in it, but I bet she's a legend there.
But over time, Illy started joking more and more about struggling with chronic illness. Behind the scenes, I started asking questions. That's when she told me about cystic fibrosis, a genetic disease that affects the lungs and digestive system and progressively makes everyday life harder.
Now, a little bit of science for you. We're all 98% water, I think it is. We also require sodium or salt. The gene that allows the salt to go through the body, this gene for cystic fibrosis is faulty, so the salt can't get through. And because of that, it has to come out other ways, like through the sweat.
She told me that as her illness progressed, she would become more and more house-ridden.
Because I've got permanent pneumonia, permanent pseudomonas, and permanent staph. It's just there.
We fucking hate cystic fibrosis in this house.
Yeah, cystic fibrosis.
VR wasn't just a game for her. It was how she stayed social when leaving the house was no longer possible. Eventually, she even added her real-life wheelchair into her VR model. Maybe it was just as a joke, or maybe it was to raise awareness. Sometimes I think maybe it was just to make peace with a part of herself that was constantly fighting her. Because Illy was a hopeful person.
Because it's really important to keep fighting, especially nowadays. There's so much waiting around the corner, medical enhancements, and I think that there's a good future ahead of us chronically ill people.
Because of that, she never talked about her illness in a way that made me think she was in immediate danger. It always sounded like a struggle, but a manageable one. So for years, I didn't fully grasp how serious things were becoming. That's something I still sit with.
Literally no human being on this fucking planet that I've met has more energy than her. She could talk for days and days and not stop. I thought she was the healthiest human being on the planet.
We should have put her on the front lines.
It was really hard because she would tell us about like, oh, this is happening to me, like my lungs are bad today, or I'm feeling sick today. And then 10 minutes later, she would be running around her room and screaming and jumping on the bed. So it was really hard to gauge, and it was just very shocking how fast it was just like, oh shit, you know?
She also always did that thing where she was like, yeah, my kidney's gone.
Yeah. I was puking blood this morning.
Yep.
Illy?
But we kept making videos. She had so many more laughs, so many more friends made.
I used to watch a bunch of VR chat videos when I was younger, and I'd see Illy the kitty pop up a lot. So I looked them up online and found out that they had cystic fibrosis, which is the same condition that I have. I messaged Illy on Discord, and she got messaging back to me, and we shared a bunch of similarities, and then we got talking more and more and more, and I started to meet some wonderful, wonderful people through her.
Something I really want people to know is that how grateful I am and how grateful I know a lot of people are to her for being that little spot of light or giving us energy. I was in contact with her a lot, and she was always there to support me. When I first came out as transgender, she was immediately there supporting me, changed my name in the Discord server, started calling me Queen. She was always there to support me despite everything that she was going through herself.
One of the reasons we became so close is because Illy was never afraid to say how she was feeling. She'd send me VR models she was working on, Freddy Fazbear fan art, and updates every time she made a new friend, and then immediately draw them in a Freddy Fazbear costume. That was just how her brain worked. But as our friendship grew, I noticed I was seeing her less and less. There were more trips to bigger cities to see doctors.
So yeah, the minute she got diagnosed and we got to meet all our consultants and our dietitian, our physiotherapist, our respiratory nurse, the CF nurses, it started off as 5 people and it got up to about 7 or 8 at each appointment.
And then things changed. Illy started going in and out of the hospital more often. This was the moment where her illness stopped feeling like a nuisance and started feeling like something serious.
I feel bad that I didn't realize how bad it was, but also I don't think she wanted people to know or like to sympathize with it or like your interactions be based off of it, you know?
But she was also just generally the most upbeat person ever. Like, even when the times that I saw her like upset, she was still like, she would literally, I've seen her like crying and still laughing at the same time.
Every time like you've uploaded a video where she like tears up or cries in it, her like giggle is so cute. You're like, oh, everything's great. Like you as like a viewer are like, oh, I feel so comforted by this woman. Like surely everything is fine.
My name is Maya. I work at the hospital that Illy was actually in. I work in endoscopy, a completely unrelated department. One day where I had got out about half an hour late, I've just got my earphones in, just walking. Some woman just comes waving and like, wonder who it was. I was like, take my earphones out. I don't know this person at all.
I was like, I am so sorry. I thought you were somebody else. I thought you were the lovely girl that worked in M&S. And she was like, no. And that was it. We just got talking. I was like, did you ever do anything VR chat? And like, yeah. I was like, have you ever heard of anybody called Drumsy?
I was like, yes, I do. She says, oh, do you know Illy? I'm like, yeah, it's like one of my favorite people in the video.
And I went, that's my daughter. So I went away back up to the room and Katie wasn't in the best of places when I said to her about what person I spoke to, because she got really, really annoyed.
Yeah, she's like, you told them where I live?
Encourage Katie to, just go downstairs and you can meet Maya. I'll be there if you want me to be. She's like, yeah. So we eventually met Maya, and the minute they two met, that was it.
A lot of you may have seen her through the screen and not in person. I'm telling you, she's the exact same. It's just gremlin energy. Always happy, always caring about you and not herself.
Every month or so, there'd be another scare. But she always came back. And after a few years of that, I think I became desensitized. Because she always bounced back. Her coming back, good as new, became the norm.
Illy is alive!
Praise me!
She has resurrected the Holy One! But as time went on, our hangouts changed. Sometimes we'd just sit quietly in Discord because she didn't have the energy to talk. But even then, she was relentlessly positive. Still, easy to make laugh. Even when that laughter turned into wheezing.
She's hyperventilating! Don't give her a mask!
The wheezing was one of my favorite things about her. It was like her body physically couldn't handle the amount of joy she wanted to output.
And she sometimes would laugh about how she's she can't even breathe when she's wheezing. I think everyone loves her over her wheezing. That is one of her most iconic thing about her is her wheezing, which it's great. Even though if you joke, she's dying and she's just coughing and it sounds like she's doing a remix with her cough.
Anything would make her laugh. When she was little, I used to wake her up with Incy Wincy Spider. Oh, there was another one, this little piggy went to market, and that would make her giggle. She was always giggling right from she was tiny, but when she got diagnosed with cystic fibrosis, we actually used that as part of our physiotherapy. Laughing is probably one of the best physiotherapies you can do for cystic fibrosis. That and singing. That's why Katie loved to sing and why she loved to laugh, because it kept her chest clearer. She was happy, even when she was struggling. You guys believing in her, understanding and being calm and patient with her was just amazing because you gave her that chance.
One thing I've been thinking about a lot is that I never got to meet Illy in person. We kept trying to time it right. She was always in and out of the hospital, and I wanted our first time meeting to be perfect. So I waited. But sometimes there's never a perfect time.
You know, back in the day when we played like Xbox, there was a day where we got on and said, hey, logging off, see you guys tomorrow. But then we never got on tomorrow. And that was the last time we ever played with them.
Yeah, that hits close to home.
A lot of people have pointed out that one of the last things I said to her on screen was about visiting her in early 2026.
I can't wait to meet you.
First time ever meeting.
Yes, I can't wait to meet you.
That's something that never came for her. I try not to live there in my head, but if there's a lesson in any of this, it's to not wait for the perfect moment. You should cherish what you have when you have it. We already know what happened next. I don't want to touch on her passing that much in this video, but obviously there was a hospital visit that Illy didn't bounce back from.
I don't know why I didn't really think it would happen to her. I don't know why I kind of thought that like my friends and my family have like immunity to that kind of stuff.
Even though all of our videos were not recording at the same time, the channel it's just gonna feel a little bit different from now on. I think the biggest takeaway is to remember Illy at her best and not why she left us. She left us with so many amazing memories, so many amazing memories, so many funny moments that we're laughing about now is that we can cry and laugh at the same time thanks to her. Like, how many people can make you do that?
Maybe this would be where you would expect a video like this to end. But Illy's story didn't stop there. Her voice didn't stop there. The flood of support has been overwhelming. People who hadn't watched the channel in years came back. New people found her story for the first time. People who were inspired by her story. Months before passing, Illy had made a bucket list where she said she wanted to hold a fundraiser. And guess what? She raised so much awareness for cystic fibrosis that we were able to leave a donation of over $14,000 for the Butterfly Trust, a Scottish foundation that supports people with the disease. We were able to leave enormous amounts of support for her mom with the sale of a poster. Speaking of, I now have a lifelong friend through her mom, who I've been keeping up with every week. I'll even be staying at her home in Scotland this year. She has been so proud of everything that Illy has done. And most importantly, through all of this, she's realized just how many people truly loved her daughter.
Hi, this is Illy's mum, Rachel. I just want to thank every single person that has commented, left messages for Drumsy and the gang, and also donated. I knew that Illy played a big part in a lot of people's lives, and one of the biggest realizations is she wasn't mine. She belonged to everybody. She was everybody's Illy, everybody's Katie. It didn't matter who she came across, she always seen the good in them. Even when they did naughty things, she knew that inside every single person, there was a good person.
It's just sad, and I like to look at all the fan art now. That's cool. I originally didn't really like watching back the Drumsy videos because hearing your own voice is cringe, and I hate Moxie. But I did go through some videos in the past and some Illy clips, and it come to a new liking and like way of viewing them from a third-person perspective. Like, I am the Illy fan.
What you all did for Katie was give her a place that she could call home. A place where she could be herself, she could have fun, she could draw, she could sing, and she could basically do her favourite thing, and that was gaming, and also be part of you guys' life.
I mean, losing her is sad, but I mean, we still remember her and we'll have laughs. There's just no way that we continue this channel without thinking of her and her weaving herself in her memory into future videos. There's just no way that we can't not think of her.
Message to you all is just stay true to who you are. Be kind, be considerate, be compassionate, and listen. Just listening alone can save somebody's life. And that's what you done for Illy. You saved her life and you gave her a life. And that's all a mum could ever ask for.
Illy changed my life. She changed this community. In wake of what happened, the outpouring of love was incredible. Every time I opened TikTok, I'd get recommended a tribute video about her. Even the creator of the last VR map she recorded with me in added a memorial to her, where people have been visiting to say kind words about her. Her impact on all of us is glaring, obvious, and true. And that's because this was a person who showed us what it looks like to be honest, open, and kind, even when your body is fighting you every step of the way. She is missed more than I can put into words. And this video isn't a goodbye. It's a thank you.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you. And everything you do, yeah, they were all yellow. I came along, I wrote a song for you. And all the things you do, was called yellow. So then I took my turn. Oh, all the things have gone. It was all yellow.
I like how much I love making these videos because I know that I cheer people up and give people with disabilities a brighter view on things sometimes. To all y'all in the comments that are currently dealing with your own chronic illnesses and just all the health stuff, it's scary, but you've got this. You seriously, you've got this.
All the things that you do.